Hey guys, it's Harry back after a little bit of a break there. Sorry I didn't get to finish out FtM, but don't worry, I have plenty of stuff coming up. So, if you can't tell, I am in my new place. And let's just say, moving sucks. We all know this going into it, that moving is just so hard, but man, it just takes it out of you. I've just been sleeping the past day or two, and I should be organizing my stuff and unpacking more, but I've just been so tired. And I start work tomorrow, so pretty quick turnaround and a little scary in that regard. It's all right though. It's gonna work out. It's great. I do at least have a lot more organization than I did 2 days ago, so can't really complain. But yeah, let's talk about moving. It is really hard on you when you don't realize it. And it's funny, my dog, he is just worried sick. He is scared every time I leave that I'm never coming back, which is such a sad thing. But you see that in dogs, and humans, we're just oh, we're fine. It's we're not really fine, we're just managing it because we've done it so many times, or at least I've done it so many times, I know that it gets better. And then I'll find my people, it's just gonna take a little bit. It's especially hard when it's a foreign city, and I'm gonna tell you what, I am right downtown. And I have never lived downtown of any major city, or any city really. And so it's just such a different environment. I walk and I am on Main Street, and there are bars right on my block, and it's an awesome hip area to be. But compared to Memphis, Tennessee, where I was kind of in the suburbs, it was not suburbs, but it wasn't downtown. And everything's slower in the South anyway. It's a little bit of a culture shock. But amazingly, they say the South is all about hospitality. I was greeted many more times by people, and people that were talking to me, and just friendlier in general in my past 3 days here than in the past 2 months in Memphis, aside from my friend group, So that part's been really strange. Just people in the grocery store or just walking are a lot more friendly. It's interesting for sure. I also noticed, I was around my family a lot, and I was the female pronouns were used a lot, and my name, it was used a lot. And the name doesn't trigger me that much, but definitely the female pronouns, I'm what are you talking about me? It was definitely a very strange, I had really started to settle into he, him, and now it's oh, you're talking about me with she, her. Yikes, this feels wrong. So that's a good sign that this is the right thing, but it's also just oh, how do I do this, and how do I have that conversation? But we'll figure that out as the time goes on. I really need to find a therapist. That's priority number one, is to find a therapist, because there was another thing that happened in my life that I'm going to talk about it at some point, I just don't know when. And it is one of the most ridiculous things. I swear my life is a soap opera. That's gonna come later. But it's definitely something that I do need to see a therapist on. And in between that, and moving and working on my gender identity, there's a lot of stuff going on that I didn't ever realize was that many things. But it really is. And even to the point where some of my friends have been you're really handling this so well with everything that's going on in your life. And I'm well, thank you for appreciating that and noticing that. And I'm very thankful for that. But that also means that yes, I'm talking about it a lot, but I really need to work on that and need to see a therapist, because the amount of high-level stressors that have occurred in my life in the last year are astronomical, and that's not okay to do by yourself if you want to end up healthy at the end of it. And so, yeah, I need a therapist, basically. So if you have recommendations, let me know. But Otherwise, it's been really good. My family and I, we didn't fight or anything, so that's good. It was, I'm in a really cool place. I have not as much space. I don't have like a closet or anything, so that part sucks. So it's finding like where everything is. Otherwise, I've just been trying to unpack and get ready for tomorrow because the rest of my life starts tomorrow. No more spring breaks, winter breaks, things like that. Damn. That sucks. A lot of changes going on. So might as well just transition on top of that. Anyway, I can't wait to find some queer friends and start getting called Harry again because I really miss it. That was definitely a big realization, is that I miss being called Harry, which is funny because it's only been a couple of months. And the fact that I miss being called Harry is a good sign that like this was definitely a right direction move. So I know that pretty boring update. I do have a story that I want to tell you about. I'll upload probably later this week, as well as just let you know how the start of the job goes and see how that is. But overall, like, this seems like a pretty queer friendly location. I'm very excited to get out there and meet people and to get out there and do things. I just have to get through the week now. But thanks for listening. I know, pretty boring, but you guys are awesome, and I'll catch you later.